everyone, Him here with another Bookmas video, and today I thought I would talk about the 10 most beautiful books that we have hauled in 2020. Being a subscriber to both Owlcrate and Illumicrate means that I get a lot of gorgeous books every year, and I just thought this was a nice way to kind of show off what I think my favourite cover designs are, what my favourite books that I've hauled this year are, and it's a fun video to watch because you get to ooh and ah over beautiful books. So let's just get on with it. The first one that I'm going to pick is actually a bit of a different one because this was one I found in a charity shop, but it's my Penguin Crossbound Classics edition of Bleak House by Charles Dickens. These are my favourite editions of any classics, but they're mad expensive. Like the cover price is £15, and for classics when you can like freely get them from the library or get them on Kindle very, very cheap, I think that is a lot to spend. So I've never treated myself to one of these full price, but I have found two in charity shops in the past, and recently I found Bleak House. I just think they're so nice, like the simplistic designs and just the feel of them is just really, really soothing. Also, they've got the little ribbon bookmark, so it's nice and easy to see whereabouts you are. I can be honest and tell you I know nothing about Bleak House. It's Charles Dickens, so it's probably set in Victorian London and is quite depressing, but I will read some Charles Dickens eventually, and then I'll be able to share some more about it, but I will be reading it in this beautiful edition. The next book I'd like to show you is an Owlcrate edition, and that is The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. This is kind of the story of Mozart and his sister and this world that they created for themselves called the Kingdom of Back. I am the sister, the other Mozart, and her story is mine. This is just a gorgeous edition. Like, it's slightly lighter than the normal cover. The normal cover is a lot darker. It also has the beautiful silver edges, a lovely, lovely map of like the Mozart family's tour in the cover. We've also got the tree design on the naked hardback, and it is also signed. So this one is really, really pretty, and it's also a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. I thought because it was a Marie Lu book it was going to be like a bit chunkier, but it's not. The next book that I would like to show you is Star Daughter by Shweta Thakrar. This was also an Owlcrate edition. This came a couple of months ago. The normal edition of these ones is golden, so they've changed the cover to purple and they've made it silver as well. And this is also just gorgeous. Like, purple's my favourite colour, so I'm really glad that Owlcrate normally do purple cover changes because that is exactly my aesthetic. And this is another one that is signed, and then you've got the beautiful spine foiling as well. I think this one, as far as I can remember, is about a girl who is the daughter of a star, and in this world, like, the stars are kind of people, gods, I think, but yeah, I don't really know much about it, but I will find out because I will eventually read it and not just appreciate the fact that it's beautiful. The next book I'd like to tell you about is an Illumicrate edition, and that is The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. This one is a Les Mis retelling, set in, obviously, Paris. Liberty, family, treachery is the tagline. I've heard some conflicting things about it. I was really, really excited about it being released because it's just gorgeous. Like, this edition is just absolutely stunning. You've got the signed end papers, and then you've got the naked hardcover, which is Sleep Eternal. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, Illumicrate excelled themselves on this one. But I've heard a few kind of contrasting things about it. Like, a lot of people say that it's quite slow. I haven't been in the mood to pick it up since it came out, but hopefully I will be fairly soon. It's also got the black sprayed edges on that one. The next book I'd like to tell you about is one that I managed to get on eBay. And it's one I've been trying to get hold of for a really long time, so I'm still properly chuffed that I managed to get it. And that is the purple cover edition of The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon. I've got the first two books in the Bone Season series in the hardcovers that match these, and I pre-ordered the fourth one in the same cover style, but they changed the cover for the third book, so it was like white with a symbol in the centre, and it didn't match at all. And stupidly, I was going to pre-order this one because they did a limited release with the cover that matched. and I just forgot to pre-order it, and then it was sold out, and I was really sad, and I've been looking for it on eBay ever since, and it's been going for like ridiculous amounts of money, but I found one that was reasonably priced, so I treated myself to it. This one has like the gorgeous end papers with like the purple flower on it, and it's also got the Bone Season symbol on the foiling on the dust jacket, and that lovely orange naked paperback, naked hardback. Getting too excited about the books, losing all my words. I can't tell you anything about this one because it's the third one in a series, but it's Samantha Shannon, so it's obviously going to be amazing. The next book that I'd like to show you is a very recent haul from Illumicrate, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. All of the editions of this book are stunning. The US edition, beautiful. The UK editions, all of them are gorgeous. Like, some of them are kind of a dark blue. There's one that's got like gold font, but this one is my favourite because where it's the black and the silver with the white flowers, I think it's such a nice simple colour palette, but it really pops off the page. This one also has gorgeous end papers, absolutely stunning, which are mirrored on the foiling on the naked hardcover, which is absolutely stunning. And this one is also signed and has the silvery, glittery sprayed edges. So this is about a girl who makes a deal with the devil to live forever, but the kind of flip side of that is that no one will ever remember her until somebody does, and it's the story of what happens after that. I really want to pick this one up before the end of the year, so I'm crossing my fingers that December's TBR will be nice to me and I'll be able to squeeze it in, because I've heard amazing things about this one and I love V.E. Schwab's writing. The next book I'd like to show you today is another recent haul from Illumicrate, and so recent that I literally just filmed my unboxing for it, and that is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is the special Illumicrate Archives edition. It's the first Illumicrate Archive box that they have done, and this one is so stunning. So you've got like the flame sprayed edges, which is gorgeous. Then you've got the signed end papers at the end there, which is really pretty. You've got the naked hardcover, which has the design from the cover, but without like the font on it, so the illustrations are much more of the focal point, and the same on the back there. And then on the flip side of the dust jacket, you've got this absolutely gorgeous art print, which is just like one of my favourite things I've ever seen. I definitely need to get a frame for this because it's so gorgeous. So The Poppy War is the first book in a trilogy by R.F. Kuang, and the third book has recently been released. As far as I know, they're set in the Opium War in China, but I'm not completely certain because I haven't had a chance to read them yet, because now that the third one is out, I am planning on binging them soon. But I've heard nothing but amazing things about this one, although I have heard people say that it can be quite triggering, so if you are sensitive as a reader, please make sure to look up trigger warnings before thinking about picking up this one. The next book I'd like to talk about is The Midnight Lie by Marie Rutkowski, and this is a Fairyloot special edition, and this was actually the first Fairyloot book I ever ordered because I saw this edition and I couldn't resist, because it's got like the sketch, the stenciled edges with like the flowers and the leaves, and then the bottom is that solid blue cover, and it's just so stunning. This one is also signed as well, and I'm not normally a fan of naked books. Like, I like them when they come with the cover that you can take off and choose to have it naked, but this is the exception. And there's another two exceptions actually. Oh my god, the last three are all naked hardcovers, and that hardly ever happens to me. I'm not normally a fan of those, but apparently my taste is changing. I don't know too much about this one because it's the first book in a duology, and it is sapphic, I know that much. And it's YA fantasy, and it's Marie Rutkowski, and I loved the Winners series, so I'm more than happy to just buy it, even though I don't know anything about it. But I'm planning on getting the second one and then reading them at the same time, because I like to be able to binge series, so I'm just glad that I've got this one to go on with. The next book I'd like to mention is also a Fairyloot book, and this is a special edition that we got in a box set from them, and that is the Red Rising special edition, which, oh god, I still can't believe I managed to get hold of a copy of this, because when they announced it, I like panicked. Subscribed to Fairyloot for a month just so I could get the early access sale, absolute panic. Red Rising is my favourite series of all time, if you haven't already guessed that. If you haven't been here before, because I've mentioned it basically every single video for like forever, it's my favourite series of all time, and this is the first book in the series. I would have brought all of them down, but then they would have taken up 3 on this stack, and they're very heavy. But on the back there it says, I would have lived in peace, but my enemies brought me war. You've got the gorgeous sprayed edges, you've got the gorgeous foiling with like the howler symbol in the centre there, and it's also signed by Pierce, and I just can't, like, they line up when they're on the shelf, and it makes like the sickle scythe shape on the spine, which is also gorgeous. Like, oh, honestly, these are just probably my favourite books that I've ever owned. I'm not doing these in any order, by the way, because I can't choose, because asking me to choose which pretty book is the prettiest is like asking me to pick a favourite child, and I can't do that. So let's just appreciate this. Like, thank you, Fairyloot, for bestowing these on us, because like, like, these are stunning. And it also means I've got a matching set of hardcovers, because I could never get hold of the UK hardback. So I've got the US hardback of the first one, and then the UK hardbacks of every other book in the series. So it's nice to finally have a matching set. And they're going to be doing the second trilogy at some point. So Iron Gold, Dark Age, and whatever book 6 ends up being. So they'll all line up really nicely, and they'll all be really beautiful. And I can't wait. The last book on my list is my special tour edition of Crescent City by Sarah J Maas, and this is another book that I kind of caved and bought on eBay, because I didn't know that they were doing tour editions, because I didn't know there was a tour, and then the tour got cancelled because of COVID, and then some of the tour editions went online and everybody was raving about getting them, and I was like, oh, I want one of those. So we spent more than we should have, and I still feel a little sad about how desperate we were. No, more than we spent on the Samantha Shannon book.
Really?
Same price as the Samantha Shannon book, actually, I think. I can't remember. But, yes, it wasn't as much as we were willing to spend either. Like, we were willing to go high for this, because this is really, really pretty. So this is the first book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J Maas. You've got the Crescent City on the front cover. You've got Through Love, All Is Possible on the back. Then you've also got the end papers, which are the cover that you normally get, like it's the design that comes on the normal slipcover, and it's also got a signed book plate in there. I read this book and I absolutely loved it. It was a 5-star read for me. I thought it was astounding. Considering how chunky it is as well, I think we read it in like 3 sittings, because it's just one of those books that you just pick it up and you fly through it, and that was why I wanted to have a special edition of it. Because I read it through the library app, and I was like, no, I want to own that. If you haven't read Crescent City yet, well, House of Earth and Blood, the first book in Crescent City, it follows a girl called Bryce. She's kind of dealing with a lot, and goes off to solve some mysteries, and falls in love, well, kind of falls in hate love with an angel called Hunt at the same time. But yeah, lots goes on in it. It's the first book of the series as well, so God knows where they'll eventually end up. But it's really pretty, and I really recommend it as a read as well. Sean also would like me to do a quick honourable mention, because I bought this one for his birthday and he wants to show it off, and that is Starfell, Willow Moss and the Lost Day by Dominique Valente, which has absolutely gorgeous sprayed edges with like little yellow stars on them. And it's a really beautiful book anyway, because it's got like illustrations throughout it. Like, oh, we've just had a page. We're halfway through reading this, which is why Sean was like, I want to show it off. We've like, you get the illustrations. I don't want to crack the spine. It's hard to show you, but like there's Willow flying through the forest. You get like the kind of little bag with her cat friend in it. Who, if you've read the book, you'll know he's not actually a cat, but and yeah, I'd just like to show that one off as well, because that is a really beautiful little paperback. I might need to do a version of this video that just focuses on paperbacks, because we do have some really beautiful paperbacks as well that we've hauled this year, but when I think of beautiful books, I normally go for hardbacks, because it's not often, apart from obviously the book boxes, I don't often treat myself to hardbacks, because I need it to be something special for me to pick it up, because it is quite an expense. which is why I just thought, like, yeah, I might as well show those off today. It's a bit of a fun video, it's a bit of a quick one, and yeah, it just makes me really happy to see how my library has grown this year. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you are interested in seeing the rest of our Bookmas content, and we're going to be posting a video every single day in December if everything goes to plan, so please come along for the ride. If you have hauled any beautiful books this year that you would like to tell me about, then please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what the most beautiful book you have hauled is, and we will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye!